Now that Pokemon Let's Go is out, I think that Pokemon Go, which is the mobile app, that's probably going to get a little more love, especially because Pokemon Go and Pokemon Let's Go are able to communicate and you can import your Pokemon from one to the other. I think that a lot more people are going to be using it. And I was, I pretty much write it off in the wintertime. It's something that we really only do around here, at least my family. We really only do it in the summertime. We go up to the park and my son goes and plays on the playground, and my wife and I will walk circles around the playground, and there happens to be two Pokestops that are near the playground. So we walk between those over and over again. We get the Pokeballs and, we catch them, and we just do it for exercise and to try and hatch the eggs. Now, I don't know much about the new Pokemon Let's Go game because I haven't played it very much. But I have heard that there is no breeding in the game, which I think means that there's no eggs in the game. But there are eggs in Pokemon Go. And why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because Pokemon Go just had an update to the app, which fixes something that I always hated about the app. And if you are somebody who has ever played Pokemon Go, you probably already know the thing that I'm talking about. And that's the fact that it has to be running in order for it to count your steps. So let's say that I go for a run and I don't open up Pokemon Go before I start running. It doesn't, like, maybe I ran 2 kilometers or something. The game has no idea that I ran those 2 kilometers, even though my phone knows that I ran those 2 kilometers due to the GPS and the fitness app that I would use. So my phone knows that information. You would think that my phone would be able to report that information to Pokemon Go so that Pokemon Go would say, oh, okay, well, let's add a couple kilometers onto this egg. And if you have never played Pokemon Go, you're probably scratching your head a little bit and you're like, what in the hell is he talking about? Basically, the way that the game works, the way that the eggs work in the game is you get an egg, you put it in an incubator, and then that incubator will tick off all like a countdown as you walk with the app open. And so if I walk 2 kilometers and it says I have to walk 5 kilometers to unlock this egg, then after my 2 kilometer walk, at the end it'll say, okay, well, you still got to do 3 more kilometers in order to hatch this egg, which I think is cool because it gets people moving and out and about, and I think it's neat, and it makes something which I wouldn't say is dull because I like going for a walk with my wife, but it makes it more gamified and adds a little bit more fun to it, which I really enjoy. The fact that you had to leave it open was always a pain because Pokemon Go is notoriously battery hungry. Like, this game chews on batteries for fun. I know that there's a low power mode, and I've tried using it before. It still just chews on the battery. Well, now we've got a brand new feature, which is just updated. It says, need some help hatching eggs for your hatchathon? Remember, trainers, you can now hatch eggs even when Pokemon Go isn't launched by activating the new Adventrure Sync feature. Let's get cracking. So I went ahead, and I opened up Pokemon Go as soon as I saw this, and I'm waiting for it to update. So there's Pokemon Go, and all you have to do to get to this feature is you tap on the Pokeball on the bottom, you go all the way up on the top, there's a little gear. So I tapped on the gear, and then right there, it says Adventure Sync. So I just turned on Adventure Sync, and it should be all set now. So now, even if I'm not running, I don't know, what is this Pokemon that I just found? Kabuto. All right, so even when I'm not out there for a walk or a run or a bike ride or whatever, I can now start hatching the eggs. And here, I'll run away from that. And so if I open this up and I go in, where's the eggs? I can't remember because I haven't played Because like I said, I don't do this in the wintertime because it's cold out. Gosh, I can't find where the eggs are. Maybe it's under Pokemon. Here we go. So under Pokemon, as you can see, I've got a bunch of eggs, and two of them are in incubators. One of them is a 5-kilometer egg. One is a 2-kilometer egg. So as I start walking now, it's going to start ticking up on these, and then I'll be able to hatch these eggs, and maybe I'll actually get through these eggs because I know that I walk a bunch all the time, but it never counts because I don't have this app open. I just think that this is a huge improvement to the game. And if you're a fan of Pokemon Go, then you should probably be pretty excited about this. And if you're not a fan of Pokemon Go, you should definitely give it a try because it's really fun, especially if you live in a climate that is nicer than the climate that I'm in, where all day today was lake effect snow just piling up and up and up until I couldn't see anymore. But anyway, it's really cool. You can just leave it going. You don't have to leave it running in the background. And I, for one, think this is a fantastic improvement to an already awesome mobile game. And that's coming from somebody who doesn't generally like mobile games.